temple. A lot of people talk about that. It is. Your body is like a temple. You need to take care of it, okay? And I think I'm going back to the adversary. What better way is to corrupt that, okay? To pervert that. Take what he is not a creator. He takes what the creator makes and he perverts it. He inverts it. He corrupts it. It says, furthermore, throughout history, including the times of ancient Israel, and even in Christ's day, eating normally available foods was for the most part nutritious. This is no longer true. That's true, right? Today, eating basic available foods results in gross nutritional deficiencies. That's why a lot of people are sick, okay? Why they're sick. And then the companies talk about that you need to take nutritional supplements. Well, if we take into account, factor in what we just talked about previously about food fraud, okay, or fake foods, of course, it's not even really food, so it doesn't have any kind of nutritional value in it. So your body is basically starving. Then on top of that, the young lady that was talking about precisely, or more specifically, Walmart's, she was saying that a lot of people who did share their experiences with certain foods that they are like, is suspect. They are never full. Well, makes sense. These are not foods. These are not real foods. They look like, they may, big old question mark, smell, maybe, like what you bought or what you thought you bought, but that it's not real. It's not real. So it says these foods are teeming with toxins and other harmful elements. Now, through technology, man now has the ability to actually eradicate his food supply. So logically, let's stop there. Why would man do that? Why would man do that? It has to be something, another agent working through him, influencing him to do this, because I know people say, and this society is run on greed and money. But if you eradicate the food supply, everybody that's living eats food. Even like I said, your pets, you have pets, every living thing, okay? If you contaminate it or like this word, eradicate, get rid of, where's that coming from? You have to think about that. Like, there's something else behind the scenes. There's something else driving this, okay? This involves the use of, it says, radiation to kill bacteria, primarily in fresh produce. Of even greater concern is the increasing use of genetic engineering, okay? And it got to a point, and I've talked about this before, I would look on the back of certain things, and they would put either no GMOs or GMO on it. This food is genetically engineered or modified, and it was like I would see it here and there, but then it got to the point where I actually realized that the majority of things that I saw and I bought all had that on the back, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Now we're at the point where we're at now, where people are actually looking at stuff and is, what is this? What is this that I just bought? And I paid whatever, how much money for it, and it's not real. It's not real food. And the young lady was talking about the Walmart. She was talking about asking questions about, why do we have seedless grapes? Why is this like this? And what, these are very astute and they're profound questions of why do these things look like that. Then it was another young man that actually, from, I'm pretty sure, TikTok, I showed a young lady, she had 2 sets of strawberries. One set was, these strawberries were humongous. They were humongous. They were red and huge, but then when she cut them half, in the middle, she cut them in half. The ones that were like humongous were white. inside. They were white inside. That's not how a strawberry should look inside. Now she had another batch that were actually looked like, I think she said, from a farmer's market. They were way smaller. They were red on the outside and red on the inside. Okay. Now I don't remember where she said she bought the strawberries that were on steroids, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of strawberries, but those things were huge. They're about as big as my head. The one she held, but it was completely white inside. What in the world is going on? So we go on in the text and says, especially in the U.S., where labeling is not required to reveal what many consider, okay, untested, risky, and potentially devastating practices. The use of genetic engineering, okay, produced fish raised, genetic engineering has now spread to include most soy, corn, and other grains and legumes, fresh produce, fish raised at fish farms, while indirectly affecting most dairy products and meat sold in the open market. Many consider such breakthroughs, as they call it, to be infinitely more harmful than indicated by their promoters, who reap financial windfalls from such government-sanctioned enterprises. While most European, Asian, and other countries have sternly rejected such tampering with their food supply, Americans give their government full rein to implement whatever course it chooses. Now I'm going to break in here. What I just said earlier is that this may be the case, but like I said, I've seen limitless videos on YouTube making commentary and showing, okay, in China, as well as a Middle Eastern country, in which they are also talking, okay, and making commentary on fake food. So they may be saying what they're saying here, and I'm not disputing it, but it's in other countries as well. I don't know how prevalent it is, but it is existing, okay? And if it's existing, that ain't good, okay? It's happening everywhere, okay? So it goes on to say, let's see. They exalt medical science and technology above God and willingly accept the dictates of government and science experts, okay? To restore or preserve health, you must make an effort to eat wholesome, unprocessed food as God intended. Going with the flow, eating the normally accepted foodless foods. I never thought I'd hear this. Foodless foods. What is that? It's, I guess, what they're selling now, okay? Foodless foods found on supermarket shelves and at most restaurants. It can be more dangerous than most realize. If it's not food and it's made out of plastic and it's made out of rubber and it's made out of, I don't know, wood shavings and it's made out of shellac and it's made out of foodless food, your body was not created by God to process that. How is it going to be able to eliminate and break that down? It's not. And you wonder why people are sick and why we have so many children, animals, and people that have cancer, you know? Now we must understand what constitutes wholesome food and where it can be found. You must also recognize the dangers. They talk about being inactive or sedentary, okay? And it says, so common today due to a total dependence. Well, they talk about people being dependent upon automobiles. But we're not going to get into all of that right now. We're just going to focus on this foodless food. So we're briefly going to look at, also in this particular publication, an example found in Daniel, the book of Daniel, okay, chapter 1, as a point of reference. It says Daniel 1:8 through 16 teaches some valuable